Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jenny Holzman-Tatro, Board Chair for Valley of the Sun United Way, at least for 6 more days, when John Gran, who many of you know, will step into the role. And we'll share more about that later and announce some of our newest board members. It has been an honor to serve with so many of you, and in partnership with President and CEO Carla Vargas Llesa for the past 2 years. And what a 2 years it has been. 2 years ago this month, Carla joined Valley of the Sun United Way and has not looked back or stopped for a moment since. And of course, we all faced the most unprecedented challenges as our lives changed due to COVID-19. And I'm proud to say that Valley of the Sun United Way stepped up for our community to raise funds and goods and quickly got both into the community where they were needed the most. And throughout it all, United Way listened to the community through surveys, virtual town halls, and deep dive focus groups to also build a 5-year plan to achieve not just everyday change, but mighty change in this valley. That plan, MC2026, and its bold community goals are what bring us together today. Today is a celebration and a big step forward, collectively, as we focus on the most essential element to achieving those mighty community goals: partnerships. And we celebrate each of you as you join with us, individually and through your organizations. So today, we'll share news of early MC2026 strategic partnerships and hear from Chris Camacho, CEO of the Greater Phoenix Economic Council, on its partnership with the United Way in building an inclusive economy. We'll also celebrate the leadership of our internal partners, such as Women United and our board of directors. And something I'm extremely excited about: we will announce our first round of MC2026 funded partners. These nonprofits and schools will come together with the United Way and others to address the issues our community told us are most pressing. Again, thank you for joining us today and for the next 5 years as we create mighty change for Maricopa County together. Now I'd like to introduce Valley of the Sun United Way President and CEO, Carla Vargas Llesa.
Thank you, Jenny. I cannot think of a better partner to have walked with me and provided guidance and leadership over the course of this past 2 years. And what Jenny didn't share was that she co-chaired alongside Elissa Kelly of Nationwide, the board task force that led the development of our MC 2026 plan, including the determination of our first wave of funding. We're providing in support of the MC 2026 goals, and that we'll share today. Many of you were with us on March 29th when we celebrated 95 years of our organization serving the Valley and introduced our plan for the next 5 years, MC 2026. And while our 95th anniversary event recognized our corporate partners and donors over the years with the launch of our inaugural Hall of Gratitude, today is about recognizing our inaugural on-the-ground MC 2026 Partners as we chart the course forward to reach our goals together. And I can't wait. United Way belongs to this community. So as Jenny said, MC 2026 is focused on the 4 areas our community told us are most pressing through an extensive stakeholder input process, and that we believe are critical to positively impact our community's success. And those are health, which includes access to food and health care; housing and homelessness; education, with a focus on 3rd grade level reading, ensuring students stay connected to school and that they're prepared for future employment; and workforce development, to help to connect youth and adults with better paying jobs. And as you can see, diversity, equity, access, and inclusion are woven throughout each of these key areas and are at the core of many of the challenges faced by our neighbors and absolutely must be addressed to achieve success for all. And public education and public policy are essential to driving the mighty change necessary to truly move the needle. Later today, you'll hear more about our specific and bold 5-year community goals for each area. And it goes without saying, United Way cannot do this alone. That's why we're called the United Way. We work to unite every one of us here, as well as many other organizations, businesses, public entities, faith-based institutions, foundations, and individuals to march in the same direction and achieve the MC 2026 community goals. Today is tremendous, and it's only the beginning. As you can see laid out on this next slide, we're building coalitions around each MC 2026 focus area and are inviting our nonprofit and school partners that we'll announce today to join us in leading these areas. So we're working together to develop a collaborative plan to reach our goals. The action teams are where our donors, volunteers, affinity group members, and our community at large can all come together to learn more about issues, become educated voices to others, and take action through volunteerism, advocacy, and a myriad of other ways these teams will discover. We'll be moving all of this forward starting July 1st, and I'm so incredibly proud to share that there are strong regional partners already in lockstep with us. United Way has long partnered with and supported 211 Arizona in its operation of a critical 24-hour, 365 days a year community information and referral service, which has been so important through COVID-19. The Center for the Future of Arizona is partnering with us to track progress in alignment with its progress meters and to develop our annual MC 2026 scorecard. We are thrilled that the input we gained through our community engagement process aligns very squarely with the results of their recent Gallup poll on what Arizonans want. We're partnering with MAG, the Maricopa Association of Governments, to support and implement a regional plan we help to develop along with them to coordinate services and housing for those experiencing homelessness and to prevent homelessness altogether. We partner with Maricopa County in a number of ways, including co-creating and managing a funeral assistance program for families impacted by COVID-19, by serving on their Community Services Commission, and most recently, administering their needs assessment for 2021. We're working with Valley Leadership, where there's alignment between the MC 2026 coalitions and their impact teams, specifically around education, health, and jobs. And as Jenny mentioned, Chris Camacho, CEO of GPEC, is joining us today to share more about the importance of an equitable economy, what that means for the future of our community, and how it aligns with the goals and spirit of the MC 2026 plan. And I'm so happy to say that Chris is also a United Way board member and has been instrumental as we deepen our relationships with the Valley's corporate leadership and help them achieve their corporate social responsibility objectives. Chris?
This morning. Thanks for having me. And it's hard to follow Jenny and Carla's just great energy that they bring every day to United Way and to our community. So let me first start by thanking the entire United Way staff and board for the remarkable year and this focus on a transformative effort to not only our economy, but more importantly, the citizens of our community. So let me start by shaping a little bit more about what's happening in our economy. We're one of the fastest growing markets in the United States. We're seeing tremendous amount of job growth, which is the region's expected to recover fully by the end of 2021. So we're about 75% of the way back in regards to that job growth. Now, with that said, the projections for the next year look very favorable. So we're expecting between 3.8 and 4% job growth in terms of the economy, which is going to continue to roar back. Now, there's going to be a lot of positive news that we believe is going to be covered not only in the region, but nationally on the macro level perspective of this region. So areas like population growth, like gross domestic product growth, personal income growth, all good measurements of an economy as we roar back from this pandemic. It goes without saying, however, not all of our citizens have been able to access and participate in this recovery. So it's very important that GPEC will continue its work to bring these global companies to Arizona, much like Taiwan Semiconductor, many other tech firms, financial services firms, other advanced manufacturers that will now call Greater Phoenix home as we bolster our position to become a formative player in the global manufacturing base, particularly tied to semiconductors and many industries. Our pipeline today is chock full of opportunity. So today we sit with 253 companies considering investing here that amass in total over $40 billion of potential new investment. And what I can tell you is that, my 13th year here at GPEC is that it's a very different economy from 10 years ago. So as we sat in this position back in 2011, where we were in the midst of the Great Recession, working to recover from this major housing crisis and over-leveraged debt position, this economy has changed. It's much more economically diverse than it was previously. However, we must build upon that with intentional strategies to ensure that we build an inclusive economic growth plan for our future. So let me talk a little bit about them. There's no question that the COVID-19 created massive disruption, massive uncertainty for our community, and our resilience was tested. It was very clear that we needed to come together with a coalition of public, private, and other civic community leaders to address the challenges that existed, not only within our small business community, but just as important, with all aspects of our citizens or citizenry, the impact was uneven. And so we need to ensure that the entire community has access as we grow and scale this regional economy, that it's not just on the backs of population growth and corporate growth. It's really about small business, which is the lifeblood of our community. It's about the citizens that are very interested in reaching up and accessing real reskilling capabilities. It's about reaching up and supporting one another and our neighbors to ensure we're building the community of tomorrow that we all want. And so that's what I get excited about, is building an inclusive economy where all Arizonans can achieve upward mobility, access future intergenerational wealth, changing family trees for the future. And my own personal tie to this is that my father grew up in a very poor part of Guadalajara, Mexico, immigrated to the U.S., and reset the family tree through access to education. And so now my children have this opportunity to leave their footprints or handprints on what they're trying to build here in Arizona. So we're very proud Arizonans. And I can tell you, all of those award recipients today, we know care about the community and care about our future citizenry's capabilities. But in order to do that, we have to come together. This is breaking down racial barriers. It's breaking down socioeconomic gaps. It's even breaking down geographic barriers in regards to social determinants of health. So what I hope GPEC can do in partnership with United Way is recast the way that we set expectations for our community and our economy, one that's really focused on a community of tomorrow, an economy of tomorrow. So the next 20 years, we're building a robust economy that allows access for all of our citizens across the entire socioeconomic paradigm and income paradigm, which reshapes neighborhoods. It reshapes infrastructure. It reshapes access and mobility. That's what our future needs to embrace. And so I'm just elated that the United Way board and Carla's leadership over the last 2 years, in partnership with Jenny at the helm and John to come, I can't think of a better group to lead our economy forward. And I'm even more inspired too, in addition to the 4 core areas that Carla talked about. Those are really core social services areas that need to be addressed. And in addition to that, from an economic lens, we want to ensure that micro businesses, minority small businesses have access to capital, that have access to new consumer markets, so that we grow and scale that small business anchor, which is the lifeblood of Arizona's economy. And coupled with that, setting a new precedence or a new framework of how we can work together with civic leaders to address what Carla referenced in terms of equity, access, and inclusion, so that we build a stronger, more diverse economic and citizen base as we go forward to be a 21st century modern economy. And so with that, I'm just elated to be part of this organization as a board member and supporting the cause. And I guarantee you'll see GPEC standing up to fight this really important fight for all of our communities. So thank you, Carla. Thank you, Jenny. And I look forward to continuing to work together. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Chris. I could not have said it better myself, and could not be more proud to have Valley of the Sun United Way walk alongside GPEC and with your leadership and that of your board and our board to create an inclusive economy and ensure that our community has access to all and is strong as we go forward. Now, some of our strongest partnerships also come from our affinity groups, where individuals come together to support a specific United Way cause, volunteer, advocate, network, and drive change. These groups will play a vital role in building and leading the MC 2026 action teams. For example, Student United Way at ASU is a preeminent United Way student organization in the country. Generation United brings together community-minded young professionals. Retire United helps to provide the bridge from United Way engagement in the workplace to an individual's next phase of community engagement. And the Tocqueville Society is a giving circle made up of our most generous and engaged annual donors. And our just launched Bench and Bar what is included in that, which recognizes lawyers and judges who give back to the community in partnership with United Way. And today, we're joined by members of Women United, a passionate group of women who've shared their endless gifts to improve the lives of children and families in the Valley. I'm thrilled that our Women United Vice Chair, Michelle Kauk, is joining us today to share more about that amazing group of women, their support of MC 2026, and how you can be a part of it. Michelle?
Thank you so much, Carla. We are beyond grateful for your leadership, and I personally feel so fortunate to be part of this incredible group. As Carla mentioned, Women United is an affinity group of Valley of the Sun United Way. Our group of more than 800 volunteer leaders from Maricopa County represent a very diverse group of women who come from different backgrounds, who bring their unique perspectives built from their personal and professional lives, and who come ready to be part of something bigger than themselves. Women United members are community leaders, business professionals, retirees, and women whose career is raising their family. The one thing we all have in common is our passion for serving our community through the work of United Way. We work alongside the United Way staff and board of directors to help achieve the organization's goals, and we are incredibly excited about MC 2026. Women United has a particular passion for ensuring that women and children have access to basic needs like healthy food each day. This is directly aligned with the MC 2026 strategies around health. While we certainly will continue to focus on this goal, we are broadening our scope of supportive work to surround MC 2026 and collaborate within all of the focus areas of health, housing and homelessness, education, and workforce development. We will continue to support this important work by giving of our time, skills, and volunteer hours, as well as our financial contributions. Women United is also a global movement. This is a group that can be found around the world. There are 70,000 members strong. It's across 6 countries in 165 communities who have collectively raised $2 billion since 2002. Through the pandemic, Women United has not stopped. Safely and strategically moving forward, we held a bottled water drive with the 2nd annual drive coming in August and a youth cloth mask drive. There are so many ways to engage with us and help make an immediate and much needed impact. Here locally, Women United has been working in the community since 2011. We now have more than 800 members. Of course, we're always looking to grow, and we have raised over $9.3 million. I could go on about the number of ways to connect with Women United. This group is just an incredible group of women leaders who are ready to give back, who stay connected with each other and the community. We invite you to join us for monthly virtual receptions where you can learn more about Women United, or I highly recommend joining us for one of our virtual social gatherings, a wonderful 30-minute session where we get together, talk about a range of issues, and we have the next one coming up on July 9th, so I invite you to join us. And again, we will be holding the bottled water drive this August, so stay tuned for more information on that. You can find out more about what we're up to by joining us on LinkedIn with the Women United group and connect with other amazing women in this community who are making a difference in so many different ways. There are a number of ways to connect, and always in a way that is most meaningful to you. We have something happening all the time, and it's so easy to squeeze in 30 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours, or if there are times that work within your schedule, whatever works best for you. And of course, we have those 800 members, but we're looking to grow. So we're looking for passionate women who want to join us, and we'd love to welcome you. Can you imagine 1,000 women mobilized as part of this group in Metro Phoenix? That's our goal. Come join us. And now back to you, Carla.
Thank you, Michelle, and thanks to our Women United Steering Committee and all of the members joining us here today. I can't say enough about how vital you are to United Way and to our community. From fundraising to volunteerism to advocacy at their state capitol, you are a true example of strong and compassionate leadership. Plus, you know how to throw some of the most fun and inspirational events, and I personally cannot wait until we're back together in person for the next We Are United event, which I've not yet experienced personally. Now, we want to announce our first group of MC 2026 funded partners. This group includes nonprofit and school partners aligned with our goals in the areas of health, housing, and homelessness, and education. And they will be our foundational partners with whom we will begin our coalition work by area, as I shared earlier in October. We'll finalize our approach to workforce development and launch those partnerships in January 2022. And this is just the beginning, as we plan to also partner to develop initiatives in support of the MC 2026 goals and help bring successful programs to scale with transformative investments from Mackenzie Scott. And we'll invite others to join us with matching investments to create needed community-wide solutions. Our board of directors led this first grant process to review proposals and make funding decisions. And I want to recognize and thank those who led the process: Ruben Alvarez, Jeff Burbridge, Lisa Cagnolati, Elissa Kelly, Ken Levine, and Laura Lobianco, along with Maria Harper-Marinick and Jenny Holzman-Tatro, who are going to join Rob Podlagar, United Way's Chief Community Development and Engagement Officer, to share more insights into the focus areas and our partners in each area. Rob joined Valley of the Sun United Way last fall after working for years as CEO of the Seymour Institute, a national family foundation where he partnered with United Ways and other nonprofits across the country to address family homelessness and student learning. I'm thrilled he's joined our team, and he's already been key to our MC 2026 strategic development and to the partnerships we're announcing today.
Valley of the Sun United Way's aspiration in our work around health is to remove barriers to ensure everyone in our community is healthy, with a focus on access to food and healthcare. More specifically, our goals and strategies are to decrease food insecurity by 50% and increase the number of individuals with access to affordable care by 100,000. We have 18 MC 2026 partners in this area of work, each bringing specific programming and supportive services that will help us achieve these bold goals. Organizations like Waste Not will work with more than 120 restaurant and grocery partners to put fresh, perishable food same day into the hands of 75 partners throughout Maricopa County. Other partners, like Helping Families in Need, will serve highly diverse individuals in need of access to healthcare, and Friendly House, who operates Academia del Pueblo School, who after 25 years in operation will now have an in-house school nurse for the first time ever. According to Principal Frank, one of our favorites, this will drastically transform the way they are able to care for their children. It will elevate the level of direct care on a daily basis and emphasize preventative care through specialized programming in collaboration with their PE department. We've invited another Frank, Chief Development Officer with the Wesley Community and Health Centers, to share more about their work around health. Frank.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for having me. Thank you, United Way, for your generous support and your quick and nimble and swift movement towards helping community partners through COVID. That being said, I'd like to take the opportunity to share a little bit about our program and how United Way is helping us. At Wesley Community and Health Centers provide safety net primary health care for families, and these families are primarily low-income, uninsured, underinsured, and Hispanic. In addition, Wesley provides community center services to complement these healthcare services. One of these programs is a food program, which provides free, healthy, nutritious meals and snacks made right here in-house to low-income, at-risk children in our West Phoenix, Maryvale location. At Wesley's West Phoenix, Maryvale location, which we call Golden Gate, 98% of the children in the local school district qualify for the free school lunch program. To qualify, a family must be below 130% of the federal poverty limit or extremely low income. The population represents the children who attend Wesley in the hours outside of school, after school and summer. We believe it's not good enough just to feed someone when the food has no nutritional value and actually may make them even more unhealthy or more susceptible to illness and disease. Data shows healthy and nutritious diets high in fruits and vegetables that aren't processed help reduce illness and the onset of these preventable diseases such as diabetes. And it improves individual immunity. If families can't afford food, they certainly can't afford doctor's visits or the costs associated with hospital care due to poor health. And we all know nutrition is a staple of a child's healthy development and growth. With this grant and generous support from Valley City United Way, Wesley will provide 15,950 free, healthy, nutritious meals to children who are low income and at risk. Thank you.
Okay, I'm ready. Thank you so very much for sharing. I'd like to turn us now to our aspirations for housing and homelessness in Maricopa County, which involve ensuring that all can have a safe home to call their own. The MC 2026 goal for this body of critical work is to reduce the number of families and individuals experiencing homelessness by 50%. This includes prevention and assistance, decreasing housing insecurity, and supporting the emergency shelter system. So you did hear the goal right, 50%. It's bold and it's aggressive, but that fuels us because we know that safe and affordable housing is the gateway to a better life for families, and it could impact them generationally. 24 partners have been funded in support of their critical and necessary work in the area of housing and homelessness. The Human Services Campus, which has been in existence since 2005, is launching the first ever locally coordinated entry program connecting multiple partners to ensure a continuum of care. From client intake and welcome to connecting individuals and families to ascertain the right types of intervention, this program is designed to help to resolve a person's homelessness with the greatest likelihood of success. And Maggie's Place provides emergency shelter and basic needs, including prenatal and medical care for homeless women who are pregnant. Their culturally sensitive programs are provided through their 5 shelters designed to feel like home, and they provide transitional housing and supportive services as well. And now, please join me in welcoming Deborah Arteaga, CEO of Tempe Community Action Agency. Deborah.
Good morning, and thank you. Thank you to the United Way for inviting Tempe Community Action Agency as a partner in this mighty effort to create lasting change by 2026 in our respective communities. Since 1966, TCCAA has provided access to resources and opportunities for changed lives. We are based in Tempe, and we operate programs that benefit about 30,000 East Valley adults and children each year. We're so honored to receive support from Valley of the Sun United Way in 4 vital program areas, including addressing housing security. For example, our Community Action Program, which prevents homelessness from occurring by offering emergency rent, mortgage, and utility assistance during times of crisis. CAP participants are connected also with our food pantry and our Financial Success Center for employment, training, financial coaching, and other vital resources in an effort to prevent a future housing crisis. The Valley of the Sun United Way's Mighty Change Initiative also supports the I Help Shelter program, which is based on a unique model that TCCAA brought to Arizona from California about 15 years ago. This program makes safe overnight sleeping space available every night of the year for unsheltered adults through partnerships that we maintain with local faith organizations of various denominations who lend us their facilities for overnight sleeping space. And during the day, unsheltered individuals can visit our Oasis Drop-In Center for additional resources like access to mail or identification documents, healthcare, food, and workshops. Tempe has Arizona's second highest rate of homelessness, and our Community Action Program, I Help Shelter, and Oasis Drop-In Center are vital to the community safety net. These programs share a common purpose to ensure that homelessness is rare and ultimately a preventable circumstance. Together with your team, we can ensure everyone in our community enjoys the comfort and security of a home of their own, and ultimately where they can live out their best lives. Thanks so much for your support.
Thank you, Deborah. Your work is inspiring, and we are truly honored to work alongside you your colleagues, and our other inaugural MC 2026 partners who work in the space of housing and homelessness, serving children and families. And now, on to MC 2026 Education Initiatives. Maria Harper Marinick.
Thank you, Jenny. It is really a pleasure to be with everyone today, and thank you, all of you, for your support to the United Way. The MC 2026 Education Plan is a 5-year plan that is centered on the premise that we need to offer access to opportunity for all children in the state of Arizona, and that we need to close the gaps that we know exist. We would like to do that by making sure that all children can read at grade level by the 3rd grade, and that all of our young people are engaged productively on pathways that lead to education and employment success. We have 2 goals that are very specific about how we intend to accomplish this goal. One goal is to increase by 25% the number of 3rd graders that are reading at proficiency by the 3rd grade. The second goal is to increase by 38% the number of individuals between the ages of 18 and 24 who are fully engaged, productively engaged in education or employment employment. We know that to accomplish the goals, we're going to have to work together as a community to build capacity and strengthen the access to literacy programs, online learning, socio-emotional support, and of course, identifying basic needs for our families so that we can collectively support those needs. We are excited to do this, and we know that we can accomplish our mighty, ambitious goals because we have 50 amazing partners that, like the United Way, believe in the power of collective effort, and who also believe, as we do, that education is what will empower all of our children and their families. So we thank them for their partnership, and we are excited that you have chosen to join the Valley of the Sun United Way, and all of our partners, community volunteers, donors, and all of the key stakeholders. Let me just say thank you and highlight a couple of those partners. The Arizona's Children Association, for example, is a nonprofit that focuses on addressing specifically reading, concentration powers, and confidence during those very critical formative years of children from birth to age 5, addressing the needs of low-income families so that those children have what they need, the support they need to be successful in schools. Partners like the Center for the Future of Arizona that Carla highlighted earlier, and we are excited to say that we are partnering with them as they have launched a new and very innovative program that plans to increase the number of students in schools located within historically underserved communities and supporting the students, the high school students, in their completion or their secondary credentials, and also helping them access the education they need to earn a post-secondary credential that would allow them a pathway to employment in high-paying jobs and high-demand sectors in our communities so that we can contribute to the economic development and prosperity of the state of Arizona, as Chris Camacho said. And another partner is the Association for Supportive Childcare. We are grateful to you, and to allow us to know a little bit more about their work, it is my pleasure to welcome the CEO, Nicole Newhouse. Nicole?
Thank you, Maria. We are so very thankful for the deep and long-lasting partnership we've had with the Valley of the Sun United Way, and are very appreciative for the opportunity to share the work that we've done together this morning. In 1976, 4 years after the Equal Opportunity Act was passed, the Association for Supportive Childcare was born in order to help working Arizona mothers find childcare. Over these 45 years, we've grown and evolved to not only help find childcare for working families, but also to build programs and systems that optimize the quality of that care and education, so no matter the zip code, the income level, the location of care, or who is providing that care, every child can shine their brightest. The single largest form of childcare in the United States is what's called family, friends, and neighbor care, informal care, often unpaid, done as a favor. Many of us use this type of care when our children are infants, birth to 3, that time in their lives when 1 million neural connections a minute are being made. We choose this kind of care because we want our babies nurtured and held and loved so that the foundation of future success is laid out firmly. Studies across so many domains prove over and over and over that early intervention of all kinds is key to future success. However, others choose this care because they have few other choices. Cost of care, schedules, patchwork care because of multiple shifts being worked. But our flagship program, the Arizona Kith and Kin Project, Kith, friends, kin, family, serves lower income, at-risk, often invisible family, friend, and neighbor caregivers, the children in their care, and their families. Here in Arizona, 29% of young kids live in poverty. More than 50% of low-income kids aren't prepared for kindergarten. Only 46% of Arizona third graders are reading proficient. What we know is that kids that start behind stay behind. We offer 15-week sessions that cover fundamentals of childcare, brain development, safety, and injury prevention. But we also provide a community of support so those that are dealing with trauma have a safe space to talk, to be connected to behavioral health assistance, in order to grow healthy environments so our littlest humans can learn and thrive. We look forward to our continued partnership with Valley of the Sun United Way so that we, all of us together, can build stronger communities. And we look forward to doing that with a new name, logo, and brand beginning July 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. It's been such a pleasure to partner with you and all the tremendous work your soon-to-be newly named organization provides to our little humans and to families. And thank you to all of our initial MC 2026 partners. We look forward to our work ahead. And as you've heard today, MC 2026 presents bold aspirations and goals with a strategic focus on health, housing and homelessness, education, and starting in the fall, workforce development. And as I shared before, woven into each of the planned strategies is a focus on diversity, equity, access, and inclusion. You heard more about that from Chris Camacho, and they are a necessary thread in the fabric that makes up a kind, strong, and healthy society, and the Maricopa County we all want to live in. Now, our final group of partners we celebrate today is our phenomenal board of directors, who you see here on the screen, and whose leadership and support have been essential throughout my 2 years here. We added 16 new board members last year in the midst of COVID who wanted to be a part of our vision and who came together on Zoom every month as we planned our work forward, and whose diverse perspectives have already indelibly impacted our future work in support of MC 2026. And we have some other exciting announcements to share as we now launch MC 2026 and our road ahead over the next 5 years. So I'm going to kick it back over to our outgoing board chair to make some announcements. Jenny?
Thank you, Carla, and thank you to all of our initial MC 2026 partners. We look forward to our work ahead. So I am thrilled to announce 3 new members of our board of directors: Paula Bomarito, Copper Point Insurance Companies; Anthony Sherritt, Meta Financial Group and Meta Bank; and Monica Whiting from APS. You'll see their fabulous pictures, names, and information on this slide. Please join me in congratulating these fabulous new board members. We're so thrilled to have them join our team. I also want to again formally announce that starting on July the 1st, John Graham, Chairman and CEO of Sunbelt Holdings, will take over as chair of Valley of the Sun United Way's Board of Directors. Many of you know John. He is a true community leader here in the Valley and a dedicated board member and supporter of the United Way. And I'm also thrilled to announce that Maria Harper Marinick, who you met earlier, will serve as vice chair of the board. As you know, Maria is a leading voice and advocate for education in Maricopa County and across the nation. John, Maria, Carla, our board, and our entire staff, our future is solutions-oriented and focused. A special thank you to John and Maria for your dedication and commitment to Valley of the Sun United Way and our community. We thank you and we value your role in moving us forward. Welcome and thank you again.
And welcome to our new board members and to Jenny and John as our new chair and vice chair. I'm sorry, John and Maria as our new chair and vice chair. And I really want to thank Jenny for her amazing leadership over these past 2 years. She was a tremendous leader to partner with as I joined the organization, as we went through transitions, made some bold changes that really prepared us for where we are here today. She's been an energetic, committed, and effective partner and leader for our board. And as you saw earlier, she rolls with the punches when we had our technical difficulties. And her board leadership over this past year is just the first leadership role that is not the first leadership role that she's played with us. It's the last of several, and there's more to come. She's served us with the organization as chair of our Generation United group, our Women United group, our We Are United luncheon, and has done such a tremendous job walking in the shoes of board chair. And we're not letting her go. We're not letting her go, as she will soon become the chair of our new Community Development and Engagement Committee to lead the execution of our MC 2026 plan that she helped to create. And so I thank you, Jenny, for your leadership, and I thank you all for joining us here today. We're incredibly excited to launch MC 2026, especially with these tremendous partners you saw earlier and all of you by our side. And as you leave us here today, we have some additional thank yous for our partners. I hope you enjoy your day.